And Spectrier is going to go for Meteor Mash. How much damage will that do, though? It's enough to take down Latias. It's 2-0. Spectrier and Glastrier are going through. Welcome back to MetroMania. In the last episode, we said goodbye to Latios and Latias. They could not cut it against Spectrier and Glastrier. It was an unbelievable battle. Go back and watch it. Seriously, you won't regret it. Go watch it. It's absolutely wonderful. We need opponents for Spectrier and Glastrier, though, for the quarterfinals. Who are they going to be? We're going to find out today as Thundurus and Tornadus take on Zekrom and Reshiram. So here we go, Tornadus and Thundurus taking on Reshiram and Zekrom. A Gen 5 showdown. I love when the random number generator gives us stuff like this. It's beautiful. There we see Turbo Blaze and Terravolt, the abilities, the effects of moves, no, abilities. You remember our Terror. It's basically Mold Breaker. That's it. Someone put the exact wording down in the comments. Shout out to that one person or the 600 people that put the exact wording down in the comments below. Storm Throw to start things off from Thundurus onto Zekrom there. Dealing a little bit of damage there because Storm Throw guaranteed critical hit. And now over to Tornadus with the Psybeam, which is going to land on Reshiram there for a decent chunk of damage as well. Tornadus and Thundurus, of course, both have, I believe they both have the Divine ability, I'm pretty sure. Here's Pin Missile, though, from Zekrom. Not going to be very effective on the flying type Thundurus, but still did, you know, all the Pin Missile stuff, it builds up, you know? Look at that. Look how much damage has been done there from those 3 hits in total. It's always about the total with multi-hit moves rather than the effects of the individual hits. Here's a Vital Throw, though, from Reshiram onto Thundurus there. For a nice little bit of damage. Not very effective, but it's chipping away at Thundurus, and that's a smart play. Take one opponent out first, then focus on the other one, I guess. Over to Thundurus, though, who's looking to retaliate. I'm certain of that with a triple axle, which is a water-type move. Wait, is it water-type or is it ice-type? I can't remember. No, it's ice-type, isn't it, triple axle? 3 hits, though, onto Reshiram there for some neutral damage because of the fire and dragon typing. We see Hurricane from Tornadus, and it's going to land on Zekrom, who does resist it, though. Not very effective, but of course, doesn't get the confusion either. Over to Zekrom to fire back with Sacred Sword. That's going to be resisted by Thundurus there. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on this video. Don't forget it. Here's Reshiram looking to retaliate as well, and it's going to go for Charge. Oh, it's going to increase its special defense, I believe, with the old Charge attack there. Charging its power, let's find out. Was Liam right? He was. It was special defense. Look at that, up 1 stage. Beautiful when you remember one of these many Pokemon moves slash abilities slash secondary effects slash type combinations and all that. Here we see Topsy-Turvy from Thundurus, though. Going to swap the stat changes on Reshiram. Not a bad play there right now, because that has now put Reshiram at -1 special defense. Great play there. Here we see Happy Hour from Tornadus, and that's a bad play right there. Because now you're getting caught up in the happy atmosphere before you've even won a round. You need to focus, my friend. You need to get moving on the offense, really. Here's Reshiram, though, who's going to go for Meteor Beam, which means it's going to use a rock-type move, which is not good for Thundurus or Tornadus. It's going to get a +1 special attack boost as well, which is not good at all. Here comes Zekrom. What's Zekrom going to do here? It's going to go for Twister, which is a dragon-type move, so it's going to be a stab move there, dealing a little bit of chip damage to each of the Genie Boys. What are they called? The Weather... No, they're not the Weather Trio. That's Rayquaza and that. They're called the something trio. We call them the genies. Oh, Thundurus going for Meteor Beam of its own. Let's hope it's not the target for Reshiram's move, or that'll be wasted. Up goes its special attack. Although, do you really want Tornadus to get knocked out? I don't feel like anyone on this team getting knocked out is beneficial to this team. We see Darkest Lariat from Tornadus, which is going to land on Reshiram. How much damage will it do? Not enough to put Reshiram even in the danger zone here. We know what Reshiram's going to go for. Zekrom, though, is going to go for Guard Swap. I mean, why not? Sure. Bit of a weird turn to, to have, but sure thing, my dude. Defense and special defense stats of the target are swapped with Reshiram. Yep, and there we see, there it is. Thundurus taken down by that Meteor Beam from Reshiram. Critical hit as well. Just absolute overkill. Down goes Thundurus. It's just Tornadus versus these 2 big dragon boys right now. Tornadus needs to take care of Reshiram and make it one-on-one, ideally, but it also kind of wants to get rid of Zekrom because Zekrom has the type advantage. We see Water Gun, which is not going to be very effective on Zekrom, not at all, by Tornadus there. On barely any damage to Zekrom. Here is Reshiram, though, who's going to go for Taunt. Oh, my word. They are being mean. Taunt means that Tornadus can't use Metronome until the taunt wears off, which means it has to struggle. And here's Confuse Ray as well from Zekrom. Now, actually, that helps Tornadus a little bit. If Tornadus over the next couple of turns hits itself in confusion, it won't be forced to use struggle and therefore won't suffer the 25% recoil damage. So Zekrom has actually given a bit of a way out for Tornadus here, but it's going to ignore the confusion and go for struggle. That's not good. Doesn't do much damage to Reshiram at all, but 25% of Tornadus' max HP goes away from that recoil damage. Reshiram is going to fire off an overheat. Oh my word. That's not good for Tornadus here. Huge damage. Tornadus goes down. Round 1 is over. Let's hear from our sponsors. Yo, welcome to my New Year's Eve party. I'm just stocking up on some G Fuel right now. I use code ACE to get it, mate. Use code ACE, get money off G Fuel. It's New Year's Eve, mate. Tomorrow. It's going to be banging. We're doing a live stream at twitch.tv/AceTrainLiam where we're going to drink loads of G Fuel. We're going to have a right good time. We're going to use code ACE to get more G Fuel. And we're going to hang out and have a really good time and see the new year in together. UK time though, so it might start or end different. Look, it's 1 p.m. UK time. That's what matters. New Year's Eve party. Mate, I sound drunk and I'm just not. I haven't drank in like, what? Wait, it's 2020 now, so I haven't drank in 13 years, but G Fuel keeps me going and alive. Is that my best G Fuel segment yet? Yes. Yes, it is. And we're back with round 2. Tornadus and Thundurus need to win this next battle if they want to have an opportunity to fight in the 3rd round for a chance to get to the quarterfinals. If Reshiram and Zekrom, much like Spectrier and Glastrier the week before, can take out Thundurus and Tornadus at this point, they guarantee themselves a place in the quarterfinals against Spectrier and Glastrier. Here we see dual Wing Beat from Thundurus to start things off. 2 not very effective hits on Zekrom right there, but Zekrom not feeling much of that. A little bit of a tickle that was. And now Tornadus is going to start things off with Play Nice, which is going to lower the attack stat of Zekrom. This is smart by Tornadus and Thundurus. Lower the stats of the opposing big dragon boys, and you'll have more of an opportunity to, you know, not get KO'd. We see a Wood Hammer from Zekrom with reduced attack, also not very effective on Thundurus. Still did massive attack. Look at that. A little bit of recoil damage, but mate, the damage that did at -1 attack is scary and not very effective. We see Whirlwind from Reshiram, but that fails because this is just a 2-on-2 battle, so there are no whirlwinds here, my friend. But that's every mistake that Zekrom and Reshiram make is an opportunity for Thundurus or Tornadus to get that equalizer. We see Vicious Rend with double power onto Reshiram. I believe it's double power because Thundurus moved first, doing a big chunk of damage there, nearly half of Reshiram's max HP. But then Tornadus goes for a Whirlwind to see if it can do it, and it can't. Here's Reshiram though, who's going to go for Mega Kick onto which of the GD boys there, onto Thundurus for massive damage. Oh my goodness, that was incredible. Massive Mega Kick there. Here's Zekrom, who's going to go for Revenge on which of its opponents there. The Revenge is going to land on Thundurus for some not very effective damage, but does put Thundurus in the danger zone there. Only 21 hit points left. It's already not looking good for Tornadus and Thundurus. Can they claw it back? I guess we're going to find out. Here's Tornadus, who's going to go for Power Trip, although it hasn't had its stats increased by anything, so Power Trip is not going to do much damage at all. You barely saw the line move there on Zekrom's HP bar. We see Thundurus going for Psybeam onto Reshiram there, bringing it down to less than half its max HP. There's a chance Reshiram could get taken out here. And now Zekrom is going to fire back with Spore. Which of its opponents? It's on Tornadus. Tornadus is now going to fall asleep right there. That is not good for this team. Tornadus now fast asleep, not going to be hitting any moves for the time being. Reshiram now with an opportunity. It's going to go for Harden and increase its defense stat, make itself even harder to take down. Really, Thundurus needs a miracle right now. It needs something good to come its way, and ASAP, while its partner Pokemon is asleep. There's Tornadus fast asleep for this battle. Well, I say for this turn, I should say, not for this battle. We see Tornadus with Thundurus. I get them mixed up all the time. With Hydro Pump. Not very effective on Zekrom there. Would have been neutral on Reshiram, so that's an unfortunate mishap there. Now Reshiram is going to capitalize with Liquidation, and it's on Tornadus, who is still fast asleep there. That That does come in handy for Thundurus, though. That means Thundurus is still in it, still has an opportunity to attack. Here's a Mega Punch from Zekrom, and there goes that opportunity to attack, because down goes Thundurus. So now just the Sleeping Tornadus is the only member of its team left. This does not bode well, does it? For the Genie team, it does not bode well at all. Tornadus is still fast asleep, and it doesn't even realize that its partner Pokemon has fainted. Reshiram and Zekrom, the only ones on the field. Here's a Tar Shot from Reshiram onto Tornadus there, which is going to reduce its speed by 1 stage and make it weak to Fire-type moves, but that will increase its attack by 2 stages with Defiant. That might be the opportunity that Tornadus needs to capitalize against these two opponents. We see Superpower from Zekrom. It's not very effective, but it still does a big chunk of damage there. It's going to drop the attack by another stage and the defense by 1 stage on that Zekrom, though. So Zekrom might be the Pokemon to go for right now. Take out Zekrom, or take out Reshiram, you know, because its attack hasn't been lowered. Reshiram, though, is going to go for Stone Edge, avoided by Tornadus. That could have been Tornadus' undoing right there. So very lucky to avoid that Stone Edge. Here's Infestation from Zekrom. Again, not very effective, but is going to chip away at Tornadus at the end of each turn there. Tornadus really needs to wake up. It's fast asleep right now. It's a sitting duck and can't do anything. That speed drop has meant that Reshiram and Zekrom moved before it in the move order, the priority order, I suppose. No, it is within their priority bracket. That's the one. Here we see a Sludge Wave, though, from Zekrom. It's going to hit everybody on the field. Has a chance to poison everybody as well. Well, not Tornadus, because Tornadus has fainted, and it's 2-0. So Reshiram and Zekrom are going through to the quarterfinals. They've absolutely bodied Tornadus and Thundurus here. Absolutely pitiful showing, really, by Tornadus and Thundurus. They need to leave with their pride. They need to make it 2-1 rather than 3-0. If they can, Tornadus and Thundurus just couldn't get it out of the gate. We will give them, as we do in MetroMania, we give them the opportunity to fight for their pride. It's also because people moaned that the 2-0s were too short, and I can't really help that, so we have the pride battle. Here's the Rain Dance from Thundurus, which is going to, you know, guarantee that Thunder will hit. I believe it guarantees that Hurricane will hit. You know, that old chestnut increases the power of Water-type moves, reduces the power of Fire-type moves. We see Venoshock from Reshiram. Massive damage to Thundurus. The Genies are just so weak, aren't they? What are their defenses? They have decent defenses, to be fair. Well, not decent, but, you know, base 70 and base 80 defense and special defense, respectively. But I guess it's their low HP as well. Big hits there with the Icicle Spear on Tornadus from Zekrom. It's still going. It's not even showing any signs of stopping. Tornadus is down already. It's been a turn, hasn't it? My word. Down goes Tornadus. Deary me. Now we just got Thundurus versus Reshiram and Zekrom. It's been... I'm not even going to mince my words here. It's been a pitiful display by the Genie team here. Magma Storm in the rain that it set up by Tornadus. Not very effective on Zekrom. Not going to do much damage at all anyway. The rain reduced the power. Zekrom's trapped in the swirling lava, but is it really going to make a difference? Here's a not very effective Focus Blast from Reshiram. How much damage is this going to do to Thundurus there? Big chunk of damage for a not very effective hit there. Thundurus just not able to hack it right now. Do you know what? I used a random number generator to choose what legendaries got into what teams and stuff, and what duos of legendaries would be chosen. And just, why did the random number generator pick Tornadus and Thundurus even as a team? Could have had anyone else, do you know what I mean? We could have had, like, Darkrai and Cresselia or something. Wait, we couldn't have had Darkrai, but you know what I mean. Just these two ended up in. What happened? Here's Glaciate, which will be super effective on Zekrom, and neutral on Reshiram from Thundurus, showing some signs of a comeback. Going to drop their speed by a stage each as well, I believe, or is it sharply? No, 1 stage apiece. Is it enough? Is it too little too late for Thundurus here? I mean, it's already too little too late, because Zekrom and Reshiram are going through to the semi-finals. Here's quarterfinals. Here's Clanging Scales, though, taking out Thundurus. There it is. A clean sweep, critical hit. Good night, Thundurus. And Reshiram and Zekrom are your quarterfinalists. They will go on to face Spectrier and Glastrier in quarterfinal 3. What an absolute bodying we just witnessed. There's the brackets. Next week, we see Zapdos and Galarian Zapdos against Ho-Oh and Lugia. Tune in. It's going to be absolutely banging, I bet.
So that'll do it for another episode of MetroMania. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Come to twitch.tv/AceTrainaLiam from 1 PM UK time tomorrow for our 12-hour New Year's Eve stream together. Let's see the new year in together. Come hang out. Code ACE for money off G Fuel. Until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.